I was kind of desperate. I was like, man, it's so slow right now. I was always staying up till 5 or 7, and I was always losing jobs to the cheap guy. I think people will pay for enthusiasm. I've shot $150,000 homes with $1 million worth of enthusiasm. My goal for him is for that video to change his life.
So this is John. He runs a real estate media company in Ohio, and he was one of the first 10 people to join the Signature Creator. Over the last few months, he's made some pretty serious moves in his business, and I wanted to sit down with him and just hear his story. It's one of those that makes you go, yeah, maybe I can actually do this. He went from charging pretty much next to nothing and staying up till 5 in the morning editing to running full campaigns that completely changed his business. So this is his story in his own words, and I think you're really going to enjoy this one.
So I'm John Reed. I'm in Columbus, Ohio, and I've been doing real estate media since 2021, but 2023 is when I really started to do more video. And I remember the first video I saw was definitely in a Facebook group, and I was like, what is this? Like, I've never seen a video like this in my life. And I'm like, how do I do that? My first video where I tried to replicate a high energy video was I saw like Spearhead Media do a 30-second clip with 10 seconds of one song, 10 seconds of another, and 10 seconds of another. Didn't even charge her a penny. And she loved it. But here's what was interesting. So this was the first one. So this is why like the dopamine hit. It got like 300 views on Instagram, but on TikTok, a buyer saw it. And this buyer reached out to Shelly to buy the property. I charged her 750 and she paid me 2,000. She just like, you just went all out on it. I probably like 10 hours of editing in it. So basically, since 2023 is when I really tried to dial in more of like doing it. And for a long time, I just love doing it. It's really fun. I enjoy the process. I enjoy editing. I enjoy learning from people who are better than me. And sometimes I don't want to sleep because I'm like, I just want to like do this. And sometimes I'm up to like 5 a.m. I don't think it's perfectionism. I think it's like the equivalent of playing video games. Like you're just like, you're locked in, and 3 hours later, you're like, I didn't go too far. I'm still doing the same thing. But yeah, that's basically the market I'm in and like why I've been so interested by it. And my first few videos, I did not charge anything. I was charging like 150 bucks and like over delivering like insane. But like the continuous like $150 videos that were over delivered became a $350 video that was over delivered, which then became a $500 video. You know, some of it's just people trusting me. Like I sometimes had blind faith and quoted something like 7,000 people like, all right, let's do it. So I've got a very fast GT500. There is no point to drive it at 2,000 RPMs. It operates the best at 7,000. So using these cameras and like using your creativity isn't best utilized at the everyday in and out photo shoots, the investor photos. So I wasn't getting bored with it. I was just like, I can push the limit. Maybe not everyone wants the limit to be pushed, but I'm like, if I can push it, like, I think I can make more money. I would be editing from 11 to 7 or 11 to 5 or something like that, and then working the next day. It was just, I was like, I have to do every single thing because like if I try to outsource it, the colors aren't right. I have to request some revisions. The directions aren't followed. And that was still paying like an editor maybe like $100. And they did good work. It just wasn't the gold standard. Like it wasn't 80% of what I could do. So it was really like just in the background, seeing your work, seeing other people do next level stuff. I was just too focused on me and not the person. And whether it's like a $200 video or something that's 100x that, I still try to push intention and still have been trying to have more conversations about what purposes it need to serve. Some people don't know that answer, but I think that question when asking people, you know, what purpose does it serve? Is it just to sell the home, stay top of mind? Is it to go viral? Is it to make something that's going against the grain? Then I think once they hear the price of 500 or 1,000 or 1,500, they understand that they're actually working with someone who is going to like leave it all on the table. Even on a $200 like basic walkthrough, we're still going to do good. But I think it's become less of an objection. Like you're getting what you paid for.
What made you decide to take a chance on joining the Signature Creator?
So every winter, I think this is everyone, you get really slow. I was like, I'm going to step it up this year. Like what I'm getting at is I was kind of desperate. I was like, man, it's so slow right now. Like, what do I do? And then I was like, okay, I don't take much time to think about taking action. So I was like, this is like too good to be true. With my free time in the winter, I was watching like the Cancun replays and I was like, that was the best presentation I've ever seen. And I was like, it built trust without ever speaking to you. So I was just like, you know what? Screw it. I was like, let's sign up for this before anyone else and let's see what can happen because I feel like you know what you're doing. I was like, didn't waste any time, signed up probably I think within like under 50 seconds or whatever the time frame was. I was just like ready for it. It was probably your call to action with advertising this. It was like no more staying up till 2 a.m. I was like, 2 a.m. is early. I think like that was like the pre-shift. I was like, okay, like you're speaking to the person you want to attract because you understand like what it takes. So I think that was the pre-shift unintentionally knowing what my call to action is to like actually sign up for the course. I was always staying up till 5 or 7 and I was always losing jobs to the cheap guy. And now I've realized I'm not competing with the cheap guy. I don't even care if you use them. Go for it. We are not operating on the same level. We're not delivering the same thing. When we were going over like shooting basics, I was like, I already know what I'm doing. Like, why are we going over this? What like a waste of money. I was like, actually, this was really good because you don't know what you're getting with like training or coaching. And I was like, okay, that's like a different way to do it. And like I instantaneously applied it. And people are like, what are these shots you're doing? And like they're the euphoric, like pan tilt follow. Like, I've never seen that. I'm like, I've never done it. Or if I've done it, it's by been a mistake and then like matching it all together. So people have noticed, and those are on like average homes. So I was just kind of like in a like, what am I going to do this year? Am I going to make as much? Like, it's so slow right now. Like, I made more money than ever the year prior, but like, am I going to do that again this year? And I think that if you literally look at like what the cost of college education is versus what it is to learn by someone who's in the field that you're in, it's like it doesn't even make sense. I don't know if I like made more money, but I gained 10x more trust. The people that trust me don't care about the price because they know the intention's there, even if it's a basic video. It's been an instantaneous return on investment. Like, I'm enjoying what I'm doing, working a little bit less, not being a photography mill. And the best part was in the middle, like the whole course. Like the beginning, you don't know what you're doing. At the end, you want to make some money, but in the middle has been the most exciting part.
Your creative abilities transformed. Like what has changed? Have you become more confident? Are you able to charge higher prices? Like just walk me through kind of the shift over the last month or two.
Aggressively sound design. And I've been using the same sound design for a long time. That has intentionally changed. And I had a girl recently like say like I've never heard anything sound like that. And she gave me such a good compliment. I almost cried because no one ever like it's either nothing or negative, but it was so positive. And I was like, I can believe that someone could notice it. I was like, you don't even understand how much time I spent on that to like not make the same sound effects happen or the sound of water on a waterfall or whatever the scenario is. And I was like, I can't believe you noticed that. I was like, I have to work with her more often because she sees the effort. Like you understand all the things that people don't see. I just realized you don't have an ego in anything that you do and you're very knowledgeable about what you do and I adapted it instantaneously. So I think like signatures like helped me, like I've even changed some of my packages to call like signature lifestyle. So I just like the word. So I've kind of like implemented that, but also like repositioned the price of it so that it's a video package and, just really tried to hone in on whether the person needs. Like I know I can do very good. There's people that's better than me. Deflating my own ego and just taking the time to like understand why I'm doing what I'm doing because I think people will pay for enthusiasm. And I've shot $150,000 homes with $1 million worth of enthusiasm.
You've told me that you have started to introduce some more campaigns into your work. I'm wondering if you'll walk me through those and kind of tell me a bit about what they are.
So now, like with Luca, he's 25 and he's like, I got $1 million listing. He calls me like Gen Z calling, not texting. I'm like, all right, what's up, Luca? And he explained, where it's at. And I was like, okay, Luca, I was like, what does success mean to you in this video? He's like, I want this video to change my life. And he's like, I want my friends to take me seriously. I was like, we can go about this one way. I was like, we always do like a viral vertical video and you always do a simple MLS video. Still do the simple MLS video because sometimes people need a $300 walkthrough. I was like, but we're going to do two things. We're going to do a viral video, but I'm not going to edit it. I'm going to have someone who's world class edit it and we're going to still keep the same price. What I'm going to recommend you also do is we're going to do a horizontal video that speaks to the buyer. And it's your audition for the next person in Italian Village because no one else is doing video. So we did the vertical video. We created a script. We used Gen Z language to make it fun and give some curiosity. The horizontal Zillow showcase video, all organic, no script writing, slightly boring, but it's okay because the person who wants to buy that home is going to go on Zillow. They're going to see a video and they're going to be like, wait, there's like no other videos. So different intention, slower pace, horizontal, way different. His viral video is for people to take him seriously, that he's able to do the job. This one is for his audition for his next customer. And then the MLS video, I never see. I have no idea how well that does. That's his intention with it. So we executed it. Someone was like, so you like outsource? I'm like, no, I didn't outsource. I upgraded my editing for this because it's always been like a dirty word mindset hearing how you collaborate with certain people. It's like, okay, let's pay for someone who's better than me. Like, I'm 100% for it. I'm like, dude, these colors, he doesn't even know a real estate video. I think Luke was like, damn, he's like, what the this is crazy. He's like, those things are popping. I'm like, crap. Now I have to make my video better. So I think like part of it, it's like just pay someone who's better than you, or like get better yourself so you can train someone to be better. But I listened to exactly what Luca wanted, and it's not listed yet. But my goal for him is for that video to change his life.
When you start operating in this whole premium level, I call it the premium position, your clients, you're almost like excited to refer your clients to somebody else because you only want to work with those projects. You only want to work with Luca, who wants to have a life-changing impact with his video, you know? Could you tell us, like, what did you charge for that campaign? How did that structure? You told us 3 videos. What did you charge for that? How was that different to what you normally would have charged in this scenario?
Normally, I would charge about $1,200 for vertical viral video, photos, and MLS video. But with Luca, we were like 1,800. It was about 2,000 and like 50, like with change. I'd have to look at the exact invoice, but it was right over the $2,000 mark. So paying an editor, editing myself, there's still margin on the table and still like margin to pay a premium for editing and like be blown away by it. It's an intimidating price if you're not charging for it. If you're charging like $300 to $500, like you're not gonna have any margin. You're gonna have an incredible video, but it has to make sense. So like in a property campaign, it totally makes sense to like delegate that task. And I'm not gonna say delegate it. I'm gonna say upgrade it. Hire someone better than you. But it was right in that $2,000 price. I think it was 2,050.
How did you feel about the project then, stress-wise?
I was excited the whole time because I was like, I can't wait to see what this is going to look like. Probably more even than Luca because I'm like, I understand what it takes. Like, so let's just say I took off 8 hours of my own time, 100% worth the money and like relieve the stress, like not having to go through 30 editors who are not going to deliver better than my own vision. So it was great to like release, not stress, but just like mental energy, to release mental energy and to get like a premium product for it.
That right there, to me, that's the golden egg right there, is not being so stressed out on every single project and feeling like you're the only one responsible for the delivery and the execution and everything. Knowing that you did everything you could in pre-production, planning it, you knew that the campaign was going to serve a very valid function and a solid purpose before you ever passed off any footage.
Yeah, so it all started probably in 2022. I did an Airbnb photo shoot at this higher priced apartment complex. In my first video I did with them, I charged $500. I was there for 12 hours because I was like, I'm gonna get a time lapse. I'm gonna get the community. I crashed like 2 drones. I didn't make any money on it. Video's pretty mid. Mid would be a compliment. It's very like amateur. Wasn't even thinking of like intention back then. I'm like, oh, there's the lifestyle, there's art. Crash 2 drones, hit a building, the most expensive building in Columbus, calling like the FAA. Total mess. Probably spent 5 to 10 hours editing it and it's boring. But they had never seen a video like that before. There was no sound design or anything, but they had started to trust me to do more of like their photo shoots after that. I was like, man, that first $500 shoot, never again. Like that is not happening. Like that was way too much work. If I can pitch them an idea because they want to do another video, not set of videos, they want to do another video. If I can pitch to them, like, what is the problem you want to solve? And it's this. We want people to rent this place without ever coming here, which saves them time, probably a little bit of commission fees to the agents, but they want to sell the home, or sorry, the apartment before ever coming there. And they're already beautiful, but there's a lot of beautiful apartments. So how do you do that? You have a hero header video. You have a vertical video that's meant for the younger generation. Honestly, like could charge a lot more, but like the first video to like the second video to what this next set of videos is going to be is like, we're doing one project every 6 months, but now we're going to do 4 of them at like a $5,200 price range. I almost lost them as a customer and I was shocked when they like reached out to do Twilights again. I was like, okay, still gotcha.
How would you describe Signature Creator to somebody else?
What if I were to describe it to someone is instilling confidence and taking shortcuts and learning from someone whose only like thing they want to do is elevate you, which in turn like helps does the exact same thing with the customers you're working with. You're instilling confidence, you're giving them shortcuts on how to script, how to make videos better, elevating the whole product, even if it's not a viral video. I'm like, I think I'd rather make, let's just say 250 or 350 or whatever the number is, and work 10x less. I don't want to be in and out. That's how I would describe it. Is if you want confidence, shortcuts, and the ability to elevate what you're doing and maybe make more money, I would spend your money to get all those things.
I'm curious from your perspective, since, I spent months developing this and researching this. I've been using it in my own business, but now as somebody who's been introduced to it for the first time, what is the Unfair Advantage playbook? How would you describe it?
I don't know if this is going to be great, but I would say literally the unfair advantage is the ability to serve better than anyone else. Here's what I've started to say. Videos are our service and intention is our product. That's what I've done more. Like, throw that ego out the window, 200, 20,000, whatever it is. Like figure out how you can serve them.
If you were to go back to yourself a few years ago and expedite this whole learning process, expedite this whole shift, say 2023, you're starting the year off, what would you tell yourself to get to the point where you're starting, maybe you're pitching $21,000 packages or $2,000 campaigns? What would be your advice to yourself to get there quicker?
Part of it would be like telling myself to go all in because I was just chasing the bag. I was just trying to make money. That would probably be the fast answer is like, instead of just like doing some contract work here, like people just don't respond or care. But you know what people do respond to? This would be my trade secret is cold calls and compliments. So I cold call someone if I want to work with them, be like, hey, you do those really good videos with real estate, right? Or whatever it is. I would probably just hone in, go all in and quit chasing the bag and compliment first before you ever have a conversation. It works for me 90% of the time. If it's a new customer and we started off with a compliment, like I've seen your videos, thanks for reaching out to me. Like, oh, you've seen my videos? People love it. It's like the easiest thing to do. Just make it about them and make it genuine. Don't make it fake. Make them your brand is what I would say. Because when I was downgrading some services, like if they're like, if that's not your brand, like, like you don't have to do it. I'm like, you're my brand. So we're going to do what you want. I've genuinely enjoyed it more than any other experience, even more than some college classes and stuff like that. It's just so well put together that I would pay more for it. Someone's like, hey, can I get your password? I'm like, no, you could like pay for them. You could pay for it. I'm like, absolutely not.